So this is going to be an insight into what I've taken away from one of my favorite books, The Go-Giver, which I have just reread on a flight over to Dubai. I bought this to give to a friend of mine and wanted to really give it the justice and reread it before giving it to him. And so I want to go through with you guys over the next couple of days a quick summary of like what the book's about and what each section is and my biggest takeaways from it, so that if you don't ever read it, you get the lessons anyway and be good for me to look back on. So the start of this book, and this book in general, it's not a true story, it's a parable based around business principles and the way to live a good life. But what's amazing is if you ever want to learn to sell or tell stories, the way that this is written is fantastic. You can learn so much. I've even noted throughout this book storytelling skill, and then whatever skill it was. So the other key thing about this, which lots of self-help stuff doesn't cover well, is that this really makes abundantly clear that nothing happens without action. And so it's all about positive thinking, and there's lots of essentially manifestation, what you focus on, but throughout the book is a consistent theme that if you do nothing, nothing changes, right? And it's about taking action with that intent. So let me just open this up and share with you a couple of little bits. So the start of this kind of talks about, at least my biggest takeaway from this is that successful people, or the people that you want to work around or admire, will give you the time of day if you dare to ask. And a fiction book I read recently had an amazing saying, which is something along the lines of, a fool will do what a smart man never would. And so just having the audacity to do something as crazy as pick up the phone and call the big shot, like, try it. You've got absolutely nothing to lose by doing it. And then the next part of this is he actually meets this big time high leverage superstar in the business world. And this guy really emphasizes on selling him the dream before explaining what it is. And so understanding why the guy is there, it's a lot to do with sales. And he treats it, his secret to success is what he's there to find out. He treats it with the same respect that something of high value would be. And I like to think of that as, if you give away something for free, people will perceive it as less valuable. If you give something away for, or if you sell something for a lot, you know, think of luxury brands, then they automatically put more, they assume it is of higher quality because of the price tag. And the other nice thing throughout this book is it highlights a key fundamental teaching principle that we have at my company, and when learning anything, is that people need to discover things for themselves in order to truly understand it. And so it's really helpful to understand how things are going to work, but you need to walk the steps yourself to remember it, to actually have a change in belief and to remember it in the future. So that's all that starts off before learning the first key lesson, which is the law of value. And I think I will continue that tomorrow. But this is seriously one of the best books I've ever read, and would definitely recommend it. It's a short read, about 2 hours, but might completely change the way that you live your entire life, and I think for the better. So 100% would recommend. More details on exactly what the 5, what are they called exactly? It's the 5 laws of stratospheric success, and what my take on those is from my own experiences over the next couple of videos. All right, guys, have a lovely evening. I'm going to bed now, hopefully not going to wake up jet lagged. Have a great one.